Two heads rather than one.
Much of the comedy in this episode comes courtesy of Dragoon and Red Mantle.
Yeah, but what is this? I leave you alone and you become a vaudeville routine.
Well, maybe it's because you made us into a hackneyed premise.
FlynnsArcade.
Hello, welcome to Flynn's Arcade. This is my review of the Venture Bros episode, The Revenge Society, written by Doc Hammer and first broadcast in November 2009. Let's go. Phantom Limb has reappeared.
My name is Revenge.
And not only does he want revenge against the guild, he also thinks that he has a legitimate claim to be the new sovereign.
By birthright, I am your sovereign.
He kidnaps Dragoon and Red Mantle and coerces Billy into making them into a hybrid.
Oh, yell, why don't you? Trying to sleep. Good Lord! We've been stitched together!
His mental health is brought into question when we learn that his new team is made up of a shoe, a toaster and a coffee mug.
The looker here is Lady Nightshade. Her skills are obvious. But hands off, gentlemen. She's spoken for.
Am I missing something?
The man is a Fruit Loop. Fruit Loop is a fox, gentlemen. Join us. Together we shall destroy the Guild of Calamitous Intent.
Things get even worse for him when Dean Venture scuppers his plans and is declared as the rightful leader of the guild.
Lloyd Venture, that boy's great-grandfather, was the Grand Protector of the All. Your grandfather, not unlike you, was a usurper. All hail the sovereign.
Style. The cold open of this episode is very powerful. Phantom Limb is trespassing in the guild's chamber sub rosa, whilst the Council of 13 are holding a crucible for the intangible fancy.
Am I still in silhouette? Ow! Can I go now?
But, being the Venture Bros, it manages to combine high drama with absurdist humour. Phantom Limb is armed with just a toaster. And there is some real chaos when the well-meaning members of the guild try to fend off Phantom Limb.
I can't just sit here. I'm coming to help. Oh, hello. Well, that didn't work out.
This is an ambitious episode, and Doc wrote it shortly after he wrote Orb. So in many ways it feels like a sequel, and we also get a flashback to the Gilded Age.
Please don't evade Sandow. I must. Then so must Sandow.
There is a spectacle of the whole of the guild being assembled on the Venture's lawn. And there's some real gothic horror when Red Mantle and Dragoon are sewn together.
They'll live. Remember, if they die, you die.
What more do you want? I just performed a guy grab.
Red Mantle and Dragoon also have a series of flashbacks.
Well, then why didn't you? All right. It was February 1659, and we were playing the winter dance party in the middle of nowhere, Iowa.
But Dragoon's memory isn't what it was, so he gets the years mixed up. Character development. The intangible fancy. The intangible fancy isn't a well-known character, but perhaps he should be. He's got a very interesting appearance.
There.
What is this?
Oh, that's a ham sandwich and a 100-calorie pack of little Oreos.
And during the crucible, he is found guilty of murder, which apparently is okay, but he was smuggling, which was going too far. Sando and Lloyd Venture. We learn what happens between Sando and Lloyd Venture.
You broke it! You destroyed the orb!
My orders were to kill you.
Oh, well, in that case, thanks. And, let's not tell anybody about this, shall we?
I'm very relieved to learn that, like Brock, Sandow left his employer unharmed. But I couldn't help to wondering why he destroyed the orb. Couldn't he have just told Lloyd not to activate it? Phantom Limb. Phantom Limb makes his first appearance outside of flashbacks since the end of season 2. He is motivated by revenge and he started to dress like a highwayman.
What are you getting at, Wisdom? If that is your name. Or could it be Sovereign?
But life has taken its toll on him and his mental health isn't what it was. Cultural references. Eugene Sandow. Lloyd Venture's bodyguard is based on a real person, Eugene Sandow, who is known as the father of modern bodybuilding. He was born in Prussia in 1867 and he had a huge influence on contemporary culture. One of his books appears on the shelf of Leopold Bloom's library in Ulysses by James Joyce, and after a visit to India, he popularised the modern concept of yoga as exercise. Because of his appearance, he was photographed extensively because he resembles a classical Greek sculpture. Brian Eno.
Look what he did to us.
I heard, but you guys are kind of working it. Looks good.
Really? Thank you.
Brian Eno is a British musician who has collaborated with several high-profile figures, including David Bowie.
He's finally here, and he brought Eon. How do you know that? Here come the warm jets.
Here Come the Warm Jets is an album by Brian Eno, and one of his songs, Dead Things Don't Talk, plays briefly. Plus, one of the characters looks an awful lot like he did back when he was in Roxy Music in the 1970s. Buddy Holly and the Big Bopper.
However, it doesn't matter. You see, the old guy told us he was making a rock and roll orchestra, and that old man was the legendary Phantoma,
The grandfather of Captain Crazy here.
Dragoon and Red Mantle are heavily implied to be Buddy Holly and the Big Bopper, famous American musicians who sadly died in a plane crash along with Ritchie Valens in 1959. The event became widely known as the day the music died and was commemorated in the song American Pie by Don McLean. Jokes.
Two heads are better than one.
Does that have to do with anything?
Nothing. I was wanting to say that all day. I got sick of waiting for an opportunity.
Much of the comedy in this episode comes courtesy of Dragoon and Red Mantle as they struggle to come to terms with their new situation.
What is this? I leave you alone and you become a vaudeville routine.
Well, maybe it's because you made us into a hackneyed premise.
They also have a priceless reaction to Phantom Limb's mental state.
Well, my mistake. So I guess I'll just murder you.
Oh, no, yes, no, that sounds like a fun thing for us to do.
Oh, yes, totally. I'm into it.
And their realisation of the perilous situation that they've found themselves in. It's also pretty funny when Dragoon and Red Mantle discuss Phantom Limb's grandfather's musical ability.
My grandfather was himself a talented musician.
Sousaphone! Your grandfather played sousaphone. He was awful every day and make us rehearse. This band made up of kidnapped musicians in this old band and his ridiculous sousaphone.
Back at the compound, Hank's reaction to Sergeant Hatred explaining his past as a recovered pedestrian is priceless.
So what, those guys are here to kill you because God forgot to?
And I enjoyed the tense standoff towards the end of the episode.
The awesome power of the orb!
Rating 7 out of 10. In many ways, I like this episode. The cold open is one of the best I've seen on the whole show, and I'm a big fan of Dragoon and Red Mantle. They're brilliant new characters and will go on to become much loved recurring figures. I also really like Phantom Limb's storyline and his unorthodox new team, like the coffee mug and the toaster and the shoe, have become iconic moments on the show. However, the episode crammed so much in, it was difficult to follow at times. I found the scenes in the dilapidated Fitzcarraldo mansion a bit dingy and shabby for the Venture Brothers, which is usually a brightly coloured show with a retro-futurist aesthetic. it was all a bit too gothic horror for me. I quite like the concept of the whole of the guild showing up on the Venture's lawn, but I think this scene would have played out better if it was in season 6 or 7, when there were more recognisable guild members rather than just the sea of humanity that we saw in this episode. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you wish the intangible fanciers made more appearances? Did you know that Dragoon and Red Mantle were based on Buddy Holly and the Big Bopper? Do you have any theories as to what the orb was capable of had Sando not destroyed it? If you don't know what to write, please drop me an ignore me, or a spanakopter, or a hench for life, because comments really help with the algorithm. If you're new to this channel, please check out my playlist. I've made loads of videos about the Venture Brothers which you might enjoy. Thank you very much to my channel members. I'm going to give you a shout out in the video's end card, so please stick around for that. Add me on Blue Sky and add me on Instagram. The link is in my bio. If you've enjoyed this video, please drop me a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I upload videos every weekend, so unless anything comes up before then, I'll see you next time.